Conan! Hi, sweet boy. Oh, was there a storm and was it scary? I'm sorry, sweet boy. Hey, hey. Yeah. Come on, let's go upstairs. It's okay. Do you want a cookie? Come on, let's go get a cookie. It's okay. It's not storming anymore. Oh, you're shaking. What's up, friends? So it is Friday. I just got home from work. I had a bit of a hard time finding Conan. Poor guy. It's kind of been raining on and off this afternoon, and it definitely looks like it was raining here before I got home, and I have a feeling there must have been some thunder rumbling, and so Conan was hiding in the basement. We knew that it was potentially calling for thunderstorms today, so we always leave the basement door open and we have the radio playing for him, but he obviously still heard it. Poor pups. So normally when I get home, I gotta like feed Conan, walk him, and then work out. But I have always wanted to be the type of person that can get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and like do their workout before they go to work. And that's just never been me. And it might still not be me. But yesterday I managed to talk myself into going to a 6:45 Orange Theory class before work, which meant I had to get up at 5 to kind of like wake myself up, gather my stuff. I mean, I mostly did have it ready to go the night before, and then had a coffee and then went to Orange Theory, and it was actually awesome. I loved it. And I mean, I hated the 5 o'clock morning. That sucked. But once I got into Orange Theory, like it felt good. And the thing that I loved the most was getting home from work and being like, oh, hey, I've already worked out for the day. So just having like that little bit of extra time at the end of the day to not have to work out. I almost didn't know what to do with myself. So today, I also got up at 5 and did my workout at home before going to work. So I'm like in the same boat. I don't have to work out and it feels amazing. So I don't know, this might be the start of something. Definitely next week I have to do one other Orange Theory class early in the morning. I've already got that scheduled because it's just not gonna work for me going on the weekend. And I'm gonna try and get up early tomorrow too. Now, on a normal weekend, I would let myself sleep in a little bit and not get up at 5 to work out. But tomorrow, Jesse and I and Conan are hitting the road bright and early. We are going to Quebec to Christmas in July. We're kind of just calling it a family reunion. But if we're being honest, this is Jesse's family Christmas that has been postponed for a couple years because of the pandemic, and then last year we were supposed to do it and you know, things happened, so they just decided to keep it in July. So we're headed there this weekend. Tonight I actually have to wrap my gift still because they do the whole buy a $30 gift and then you either get to open a new present or steal one that's already open, that game. So I've had this gift since like before the pandemic, so I'm kind of excited to get it out of my closet because it's been there forever. So we're gonna do that tonight, and then I'm hoping I will be able to continue the 5 a.m. get up, do my workout before we hit the road, because if I don't do it in the morning, I won't be able to do it at all tomorrow. So that there is just a whole bunch of hamburger and hot dog buns. I think we've got like 4 dozen hot dog buns, 3 dozen hamburger buns, that's what I was tasked to bring. And then I'm gonna bring some yard games. Hopefully if it's nice, we'll be outside. It's gonna be a good weekend. So, yeah, let's just get to this. Okay, so like I mentioned, I have a present to wrap, and I usually always struggle with what to get for these, just to try and find something that would appeal to a very diverse group of people, all different ages. But then I finally like had an idea and I was super excited about it, and then like things kept getting postponed. So hopefully, you know, this will still go over well. In Canada, we have a grocery store called No Frills. It's like in the same family as Loblaws and I think like Great Canadian Superstore, I believe. Anyways, their no-name brand of food is just called the No Name brand. And they have come out with merchandise, and they've just leaned into the brand that they're just no name, and just basically states exactly what each item is. Let me just show you. So for instance, they came out with a little soft cooler bag that says cooler bag for carrying cool things, and I think it's hilarious. Anything that's no name is yellow, and also just really inexpensive. So I just decided I'm gonna get like a whole bunch of this like no name stuff and put it together, and I think it'll be funny. So we've got the soft cooler bag for carrying cool things. This is one of my favorites. We have a water bottle for drinking. I actually bought 2 of these and I use mine all the time, and I get so many compliments on it. Then we got a towel for the beach. I also have one of these because I love this stuff. And it was a little tricky to track down. Had to go to several No Frills in several cities to track all this stuff down. And I don't see it as much anymore. Like this stuff I've had it for a while and I don't see it around. I see the odd thing every once in a while, but so I just happened on this idea at a good time. Hard cooler. This one, it's not in the black font, so it's a little harder to read, but it just says cooler for cooling. And then on the inside, we have an ice brick for freezing. I'm not gonna open this one up because it's huge, but we have an umbrella. And I believe it says umbrella for the shade, or to keep shaded, or beach umbrella for shading, something along that lines, but it's so long. My dad was kind enough to bring me a bunch of different box sizes to try and fit all this in. I'm definitely gonna have to do a couple different boxes, mainly because this has been the hardest thing to find a box for. The only thing that we found that it will fit in is a box for flooring, but because it's not very deep, the rest of the stuff can't fit in it. Lastly, the last thing I'm putting in this, which I think is hilarious, they came out with their own beer, and it just says beer on the label. Hilarious. Now, there was more of these. I've had this stuff for a long time, and so, yes, I drank some with the thought, I'll get more. I've actually replenished it twice, because when it was postponed, I was just like, I'm just gonna drink this 6-pack. And I bought another one, and I did save one, thinking, no, I'll save one just in case, but I'll get more because I wanted to put a couple in. Yeah, I can't find it anywhere anymore, so I'm glad I did save one. It will go in the cooler. So yeah, we're gonna pack this. The other thing that I did is I just bought yellow wrapping paper, so I'm just gonna wrap boxes in just yellow wrapping paper, and then everything is yellow. I'm really excited about this idea. Other people may think it's stupid. I don't care. I love it, and yeah, let's get wrapping this stuff. It's gonna be a task figuring out what box to fit all this stuff in. Probably the worst wrapping job I have ever done. Combination, really cheap paper I got at the dollar store. I had the hardest time finding plain yellow wrapping paper. They had so many other different colors, but I could just never find yellow, which seemed weird to me because it's like a neutral color. Anyways, found it at the dollar store, so I was happy, but also it's a way shorter roll than wrapping paper normally is. So going into it, I knew that I was gonna have to do multiple layers to cover all the box. But because it's cheap, it also just didn't cut well, and I ran out of my good tape, and like, I don't know why I suck at wrapping presents so bad, but I just do. So everything was just working against me, but that's all right. I was just excited that I was able to find yellow wrapping paper. I borderline wanted to write in black marker, no name, right on it, because it's like the stealing gift exchange. It's really not for anyone in specific, so no name is perfect for it, but I also don't want to give away what's inside, so I'm not going to do that. But that at one point was an idea. Anyways, it is 20 to 7, so normally Jesse is off on Fridays, but because he needed to be off Saturday to go to his family's thing, and because we're traveling, he needed 2 days. He worked today, and it'll be nice. He'll have 2 days off. That doesn't happen very much in the summer for him. So it'll be fun. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and walk Conan. He might still be too afraid of the outdoors, but I did get him to eat, so that is a plus. So we're gonna try that. Gonna be a fun weekend, seeing some of Jesse's family that we haven't seen since the beginning of the pandemic, so. And they're always fun to be around, so should be a good time. Update on the evening. We have no power. It started to get a little dark. I went to take Conan for a walk. Didn't realize that it had just started to rain, so he was not about that. So we came back in, and then shortly after, there was a downpour. It was quite hard, wasn't very windy. There was no thunder, no lightning, and it was over very quickly. The lights started flickering a little bit, enough that it went off long enough that my laundry stopped going, and then it came back on, stayed on. So I was like, great, I'll just like run it through a quick cycle. Our kitchen lights, or all the lights for that matter that were on, continued to pulsate. So they weren't like flickering, going on and off, but it was just like, if you were to stare at them, it would bother you. You could tell that they were kind of like very slightly fading in and out constantly. And they did that for like maybe 5 minutes. And then also they just slowly dimmed and went out, and that was it for our power. And it's just weird. I've never had it go out like that before. Like normally it's just like a very sudden everything goes out. But this was just like a slow dimmer. And then it just never came back on. And it is like, I mean, it's 7. It's like after 7, so the sun is starting to go down. But it's sunny out. Like the power went out after the rain stopped. It's so weird. And also annoying because I was about to start cooking. So we're trying to figure that out. We have a pub really close to here, but it closes at 7. I mean, we do have a barbecue. Like also Jesse has a Ford Lightning, so he has an electric truck, which you can use as a generator to power your house. We could potentially hook up our air fryer to it to cook some stuff. We do have some stuff that we could, you know, air fry. But also we're supposed to be traveling tomorrow, and we always take Jesse's truck because no gas. That's awesome. And we need it to be as charged as possible. I mean, ideally we would be charging it overnight so that it's fully charged, ready to go tomorrow. But if we don't get power back tonight, then we're gonna have to find a place to charge fairly early on our trip tomorrow. Anyways, that's the update. Not going as planned. Sorry. The security camera just telling me that it's offline. Thanks. I'm well aware. Anyways, that's the update on the evening. I typically don't mind a power outage. It's just right now is a very inconvenient time. Anyways, it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it. And hopefully we'll get power back before too long. But it just seems weird that it wasn't a crazy storm. It was a very quick storm. Do we even call it a storm? It was just rain. It was just heavy rain for a very short time. And the power went out after the rain stopped. So that makes me feel like something else went on. I don't know. I'm speculating. Okay, I'm rambling. Conan's also in the basement. If you can hear some background music, I've got his favorite radio station on in the basement because as soon as it started to rain, he was just like downstairs. He never used to be afraid of rain. I realize I'm rambling again, as I do. But he never used to be afraid of rain. It was just when there was like thunder and lightning. But as he's gotten older, I think he just associates rain with thunder and lightning. So now, if it's a very light rain, he's fine. But if it's loud enough that he can tell that it's raining outside just from the noise, then down to the basement he goes. But I'll take you down. He has the coziest spot when it's raining. Let's go check it out. I need to top up on my drink. I'm gonna refrain from turning on the light because there's no power. So we're gonna go dark for a minute. I need a hero! Okay. Pretty lights. My battery powered lights. Oh, hi, Cone Baloney. You can't even see him. But we've got the love sack, and then I've got another big pillow down here. Oh, this is horrible lighting. It's just darkness. I'll talk close to the light. So, I just have a really big pillow that normally stays in the love sack, but it is down beside my drafting table because I was noticing that he was trying to hide underneath the drafting table. Oh, such a good boy. So it's down here with a blanket. He is so cozy. He's got the twinkly lights. It's a comfy spot. Oh, puppy pie. Okay. Okay, so yeah, he's... That was a horrible idea because you couldn't see a thing. He's super cozy. It's just... I hate that he's sad and scared. So that's now the end of the update because that rambling went on and on and on. So fingers crossed, power comes back soon and we figure out what to eat.
Here we go again, you think by now I know better. Locked in my head, romanticizing forever. Last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Dive in at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush looking into your eyes. Playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it.
Conan, you wanna go back into the truck? So, it's about 9:45. We left at 8 o'clock. I once again got up at 5 again, so that's like 3 days in a row. I'm on a roll. It's actually like kind of cool. I had to like put my sweater on. We just crossed the border into Quebec, just at a charging station. Yeah, so this charge should hopefully get us the rest of the way. Cohen's hanging out of the back, and I just picked myself up a little protein snack. Because I am getting hungry. Anyway, yeah, hopefully this weather clears up because we're supposed to be outside today, but, yeah. Should be a fun day.
And I stay out of your way. Change the world forever. And now tomorrow let it take. Oh, sweet days. Quit taking your valley into it. How many inside going? Life is about to change for you. And life is about to change for me.
You've made it worse, Conan.
It's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. We're looking, I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life. Oh, won't you be my best
One here.
I think there's 3. Or was there one over there? 2.
Oh, and Trevor too. Just one more.
Come here. Hey. Hey, puppy. What you got? You want a cookie? You want a cookie?
No, they need to start to change up over here. Chase, a movie? That's mine.
So, Rachel from the future. I realized Rachel from the future visits quite a lot, but I didn't get a chance to close out this weekend's vlog because Sunday we kind of hung out for a bit, and then it was just like traveling home, and we didn't get home till quite a bit later, and then it was just like unpacking everything and going to bed. So I just didn't get the chance, but this weekend was so much fun. It was so great being able to see and spend time with Jesse's extended family again, because like I mentioned, some of them we haven't seen since before the pandemic, and so it was just a great time, and also just fun to finally be able to have our Christmas again. Unfortunately, Saturday, which was like the big family reunion slash Christmas party, it was quite rainy and drizzly most of the day. Now, luckily they did have a huge tent set up in the yard, so still able to be outside and all be together. I think the idea was that they were hoping they wouldn't necessarily have to use the tent, but it was like a backup if it rained. And so, I mean, it was amazing that they had it. We did have a few pockets where it wasn't raining. So we were still able to get in a couple games of Mulkey, which made me quite happy. Like I've mentioned and shown, I love that game. I love yard games. I love all games, but that is my #1 yard game. I love it because it's different, it's fun, it's strategic, and you can play with 2 people, you can play with 20 people. The game is just crazy when you play with that many people, but I've done it and it's doable and fun. So I just like a game that can include anyone that wants to be in it, but it's not limited to like a certain number. But it was just so fun to be with his family, and we did our little gift exchange thing. I think my present did pretty well. It was stolen a couple times. The one huge disappointment, and I'm so upset with myself still, I obviously have a new camera and have been playing around with it, and everyone's typically not the greatest at taking pictures at Jesse's family events. And I had it in my head, I'm like, I have this new camera, I'm gonna get some great shots of everyone, I'm gonna get a nice group photo, because I know everyone wants them. Nobody does it because you're just in the moment, you're enjoying it, you're not thinking about that, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get some good pictures this year. And so we get all the way there, and I take my camera out of the bag, and I'm like, this feels slightly lighter than it's supposed to. And I look, and sure enough, there is no battery in it because I left the battery plugged in charging at home. And I was so upset. I was online looking to see if there's any camera stores or even big box stores that might carry the battery. I called some, but still, I had no luck. Like, I did not find that battery anywhere, which was so frustrating. I was so disappointed in myself. So, you know, I knew before Africa I wanted to buy a second battery, if not have 2 backup, but I came home and I bought a second battery right away, because then in my head I'm like, I'll always have a battery in the camera. I mean, there's the chance that it's not charged if I forget the second battery, but I'm going off on a tangent. I was just really upset with myself. Other than that, it was just so fun. Jesse's aunt and uncle have a pet rabbit, and Conan discovered it when we had him inside. And once he discovered there was a rabbit in the house, which it was in a cage, he was obsessed. Obsessed. We had to like create a barrier around the cage to try and keep him from the rabbit. And there were obstacles that he would normally be afraid of, but because he wanted that rabbit so bad, like he tried to climb over like an old wooden rocking chair, which normally that would freak him out, but he was trying to climb over just to get to this rabbit. It eventually got to the point where when he was inside their house, I had to keep him on a leash because he was so obsessed. And then we were just hanging around outside, and if I couldn't find him, it was because he was sitting by their door just wanting to be in their house because he wanted to get to this rabbit. He was just so obsessed. Kind of funny, but he's not getting this rabbit. I'm rambling. It was just such a great time, so much fun hanging out with the family. Like I said, unfortunately it rained Saturday, and then Sunday was the most beautiful day and would have been perfect for it, but you know, that's just the way it goes. So we just hung out a little bit more with some of his family, and then just came home and unpacked and went to bed. And so that's why I did not close out this vlog. So that's why Rachel from the future is doing it now. I am enjoying a Long Island iced tea. It's been a really long time since I've made one because I'm typically lazy, but I have it in this like adorable cactus mug. And I could have made a double Long Island iced tea. This mug is so big. This is from Salty Sea Dog Design. I am obsessed with them, and I don't know, I think I might do like a Salty Sea Dog Design collection video because I have a lot of their mugs and I love them, and I know they're a smaller company and I just want to support them. I love their work. And this is just the perfect mug to have a tasty drink out of. I'm rambling. That is gonna conclude this weekend's vlog. Next weekend's vlog is gonna be so much fun too. I know, because I've already lived it, because it's already from the future. But Kate and I are going to Prince Edward County to spend Friday in Picton. We're gonna do a wine tour. And then we're going to Toronto on Saturday for Toronto Festival of Beer. It's been a long time since I've been there. I mean, not really now because I was just there. Anyways, from the future. And it was so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this weekend's vlog, and I will see you next weekend.